Hello, YouTube. It's kind of dark in there. It's getting towards evening. Well, it is finally dark out. But I wanted to get this in here before I did anything with it. This is the planer blade. This is what I had to cut off of here. The piece missing is from making the scraper, of course. So, we'll still have this piece of metal left. This piece could be a real small scraper, and this is going to be a knife blank blade. It's 7 inches long. We thought maybe we'd make it, that'd be 3.5, like maybe a 3.5 inch blade. 3 inches looks too short. 3.5 inch blade, 3-inch handle. We left plenty on there, so we grind our tip, and this is whatever they call that point where it drops down. So we're going to use the natural shape of this thing, which is kind of neat. That's rounded, and then where you're going to put the blade is squared. So this is already rounded on the back. And we won't have much heat in it. We're either going to get out our diamond wheel grinder or use a disc sander and keep sticking it in water. The diamond wheel actually runs cooler and takes away metal faster. But it'll just be free-handed, whatever I think the tip's going to be. I'll look at some of my other knives. It's just going to be a simple knife with a simple wooden handle. I haven't decided exactly, so I don't want to tell you what the handle is going to be yet. It'll be something really simple. I mean, I want this to be like you made a knife with just what's laying around the shop like I'm doing. Years ago, they'd take chisels and chop out handsaws and make like kitchen and paring knives out of old handsaw blades. Believe it or not, they did it back in the pioneer days. So we still got that nice piece of metal left there, and we can make a mini scraper out of that. That's kind of neat, huh? Okay, let's get to work. So it won't be a real long video. This is just going to be mostly show you a few steps of how I did it. Hello, we're back. It's the next day. We stayed up kind of late and did this. Can you see the edge where I filed it? The tip is always so hard to do. It's like in imaginary it gets thick. I mean, there's an explanation for it, but spend extra time on your tip. Even if you have like a sharpening jig with the stone, spend extra time. That tip always stays fat. And I made a little mistake because it kind of drops off. You know, see where it looks so shiny at the point? When it comes down, it kind of drops off. And I do not feel like grinding this whole... This is first fit. I do not feel like re-grinding this whole piece. It's the only way to get rid of it. We took this. You can do this. We're looking through the viewfinder. To the blade. We kind of dug down in, like say we had some rust spots, we kind of spent some time on it. Well, that puts a little dip in the blade. So then we went back and did it again. And we used these little stones and kind of went on here like this. So can you see the low spots that are shinier? We're going to go to our abrasive wheels, do some polishing. My sharpening jig will sharpen this. It's not sharp yet. I mean, you can run your, well, not smart to do that, but it's not sharpened yet. It just has a shape to the edge. And then we'll pick our final angle in the sharpener. And we always go past. See where that tapers in? Watch. Here's the piece of metal. And I don't know if you can see that where it tapers in. Right about here. I could try to take a picture of that. That's just the way it is. Some people put that little cut out, so when you're on the sharpener on the whetstone, where it kind of hangs over a little notch. I can't tell you what it is. And then you can put the finger thing. 7 inches long. The handle will be 3.5. The blade will be 3.5, which is. Let me get you up here. There's the edge of the blade. So the handle will be kind of small for me, but I tend to go over the handle a little bit. See it in my hand. If it's comfortable back there, which it will be. And then I'll put my thumb up here for fine carving. That way somebody with a smaller hand can use it, and I can still use it by doing this. I don't know what kind of knife it's going to be. It's just to show you can make a knife out of the piece of metal is all I'm doing. I'm bored. We do have an idea. Let's put this wooden dowel down, then wrap it with paracord. So let's find 3.5 inches. Might be a long video, but oh well, who cares? Let me get this out of the way. Wrap this with paracord to make this fatter, just a 1/2 inch. Sawing it in half, I have hand saws, back saws, it does take some work. And wouldn't it be nice to put something on the back? Like a round ball or something? If I could find a ball bearing that big. I had some on a CV shaft. Wouldn't that be cool to have that brazed on there? So you got a rounded tip to fit in your hand down, you know, I said would always get you by your little finger. We'll look through our drawer. If we can find one, we may try to put it on there. Think like a ball bearing. You have to heat it, let it cool down, drop it in some dirt or some sand. Let it cool slowly. It will soften enough to drill it or grind a slot in or whatever. This will show up when the handle's on. But, so we're going to wrap with paracord, so then it's not going to show up. There goes the brace of wheels. I want to spend a little time on this one. And let's do some buffing. Like I said, we don't have to worry about ruining the edge. We just don't want to mess up how it bevels. Bevels? How does she bevel? Well, anyway. If it ain't fun, I don't want to do it. Especially when it's hot out here. It's almost 80 degrees. I already mowed my yard and the grass was kind of wet, but the humidity is a killer. It's trying to rain again these days, but it don't. It just stays humid. Oh, forgot. So you're going to tell me, drop that weather report. Stick to the facts. You ever watch Dragnet? You guys old as me? It's just the facts, man. Stick to the facts. We don't need to hear your life story. I love this sarcasm. Oh, boy. Oh, you know, we live in a van down by the river. That's where that guy got that from. Watch some old shows. They'll find you laying in a gutter. Anyway. His lectures to the kids about doing drugs and drinking. Hey, it's a good lesson. I looked up to the guy. I feel bad. Jack Webb. If you don't know him, look him up. What a guy. See, we're rambling. We're just doing this on purpose. I'm just being defiant. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, real quick. The buffing wheels didn't really help. We're going to go for some sandpaper. And then we're going to take whatever we get. It's just going to be a knife. It'll be a tool. We don't want a mirror polish anyway. Okay, back to work. Well, we're done. It's very hot, so we're going in. You're talking a heat index of 105. We've been coming in and out. Going to house air conditioning and come back out for about a half hour. We are done with the knife blade. We'll have some pictures of it. And of the knife sharpener machine. I'll show you real quick. We use sandpaper on there, 150 and 220. After we use this stone with water. It's probably a 120 grit. It's pretty nasty, but it grinds the metal down. This is some hard stuff, and it never got hot. All the brushing and buffing, and that's just abrasive wheels. And then we took some of our that drywall screen stuff. Just gave it a brush finish because it's just a work knife. Okay, we're out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll have another video making a handle sometime. That's just where it was clamped in the tool. Leaves a little mark.